Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium for tonight's Big V Championship men's game. Unfortunately, we've had a delayed start at the start of this afternoon's game, triple header, which has resulted in the games being significantly delayed. We're expecting the Championship men's game to tip off sometime about 8:30, so plenty of time at the moment to grab a coffee, grab a beer, grab a drink, maybe even tune into one of the other Big V games on the Basketball Victoria YouTube channel. We are very likely to tip off sometime around 8:30. So until then, we're going to sit back and have some Division 1 women's basketball. Hello to the folks that are just tuning in to this game. Unfortunately, we've had a delay earlier on in the evening for the triple header here in Gippsland, which has delayed our championship men's game. Expecting our championship men to tip off somewhere in the vicinity of 8:30. So In the meantime, grab some snacks, grab some drinks, and why not jump on the Basketball Victoria YouTube page and check out one of the other games that may have tipped off already at 8 o'clock. We'll be coming back approximately 8:30 for the tip-off of the Championship Men's. In the meantime, enjoy some Division 1 women's action. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium for tonight's Big V Championship men's action between the Gippsland United and the Warrandyte Venom. My name is Matt Royal. I'll be your play-by-play commentator for tonight, and joining me alongside me is Reese Hamwriting. Welcome, Reese.
How you going, Matt?
Oh, going well. We're in for an exciting game tonight. Obviously, these two teams have a bit of history, let's call it, playing against each other last season in the Division 1 men's competition, but both getting the promotion this year into the Championship men's. It's been a tough season for both so far. We've got, obviously, the home team in Gippsland United sitting 8th on the ladder, and not far behind is Warrandyte in 10th. Had a lot of games, Warrandyte, with a 2-5 record compared to Gippsland's 2-3. It's shaping up to be a cracker game, isn't it?
It is. It's really good to see both teams come up from Division 1 and really starting to find their way in rhythm into championship basketball. Both are a bit struggling on personnel front, trying to get a lot of pieces to gel and everything like that, and obviously the step up from Division 1 to championship as well. Some really exciting players on both sides that can really hoop and be able to impact in so many different ways. So I'm really excited to see how this matchup really goes, and a win for both team, for either team here, is going to go a long way going into the postseason as well. It's kind of getting into that middle of the season pack where it's you kind of want to be on the edge of top 5, top 6. So I think this is a really important game for both sides.
It certainly is, and obviously we'll start with the visiting team in Warrandyte, and we've got Schuler leading the league with points per game, with 30 points per game. So it'd be really interesting to see him come in tonight and see if Gippsland can actually shut him down, or whether he's going to, continue on with them season averages. And then on the rebounding side, Big Platnick, second in the league for rebounds per game, just over 10. So really good combination there, I guess, from a scoring and a rebounding point of view.
Look, Schuler, certified bucket getter. 30 points a game. First year pro out of West Liberty University, a really prestigious D2 school. They're always in the Elite 8 in D2, and obviously winning their conference as well. Schuler's been obviously well supported by Plantic, which, if I don't get me wrong, and I hope he doesn't shoo me for this if I get his age wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's well into his 40s and still putting up fundamental basketball. His time at Keezy throughout his years, and obviously Blackburn last year, he was an absolute menace. So Gippsland have got their work cut out for him in the guard play, and especially in inside play.
And then they've also got James Legan coming across from Blackburn. He's been a pretty big player in the Championship men's competition for a few years now, and I know he can put some points on the board as well.
Look, Legan's a guy that's going to find a way to get a bucket, and he's 6'3", 6'4", really strong. Runs that perimeter game really well, as well as his experience just second to none. He's NBL 1 experience, QBL back in the day. He's a guy that usually averages around 20 to 30 points a game just in alone by his shooting. So Gippsland's again got another tough matchup to mark up on.
And then we start talking the home team in Gippsland. A pretty all-rounded team. No real standouts as such just yet. They're putting in a real good team contribution. And I guess Bryce Brown, top 6 in the league for rebounding in that 10, averaging that 10 rebounds per game. That's obviously, if Platnick's averaging just over 10, top 6 is pretty full around that double-digit figure.
It's definitely a lot of ball off the rim, as we would say. So Brown's very much trying to get comfortable in a new system. Obviously come across from Shepparton last year, was one of their main go-tos. Actually averaged 10 rebounds last season. So I think he's just trying to keep that consistency, but also find ways to impact, not just on D-boards, but also the O-board aspect.
Certainly, and that's the warm-up buzzer done here. We've got both teams entering the court. Both teams coming off losses last week. Gippsland's was a heavy one against RMIT, and Warrandyte coming off a 4-point loss to Sunbury, who they were able to get on top of earlier in the season. as we've got our players coming into the game. Starting for the home team in Gippsland is Demzik, Brown, Washington, Barlow and Winderlick. And across to the Warrandyte Venom, we have Schuler, Legan, Baker, Platnick and Moore. Here we go, guys. Tip-off is about to commence. We have a ripper game here in pink round for the Big V Championship men's as Warrandyte get off to a huge start there. Schuler with an easy layup from the tip.
Well, that's one way they open the bank account for tonight.
United go into their play. Demzik at the top. Barlow looks for that back cut.
It's a prestigious back cut.
Stolen away. There's Schuler again. He's impacting very early. Out to Legan. Whack for three.
That's Legan's game. Catch and shoot, and he's probably making that 9 times out of 10.
Big start in here for Warrandyte. 5-0. Barlow at the top trying to control it for Gippsland and get him off the board. Interesting to see Burkick not starting tonight for Gippsland as Brown does his work but misses.
Yeah, Winderlick's been pretty solid the last couple of games, so I think they're just going with who's in form at the moment.
Inside to Platnick, who's going to go to work on Brown. Hook misses. Brown grabs the rebound. Barlow pushing it up the court. Edge of the keyway for Barlow, who dishes. Washington in that corner in front of the bench.
Some great defense here from Warrandyte.
Still got 10 seconds on the shot clock. Winderlick with the hook, misses. And there he is, Platnick with another rebound already.
It's just one of those things with Ivan. He's just literally slow-mo. And it's amazing how well he's still moving.
Legan up top. Goes to Schuler, who drives hard. Makes the bucket. Referee calls the foul. He'll go to the line for a bonus.
Schuler lining up for his 5th point here in the first minute 30-odd of the game. He's looking in for a busy night.
Not 100% sure who the referee called the foul on then. Doesn't help when we don't have our board working in venue tonight, so we do apologise, but Schuler makes that.
Warrandyte have jumped out to an 8-0 run here. Yeah.
Big start by Warrandyte there as Gippsland turn the ball over. This is definitely not what Coach Scott McKenzie was wanting for Gippsland at all.
Definitely not. You don't always want to start the game on a run, and not your run. So hopefully they can capitalise here.
Platnick and Demzik caught up in the screen there. Demzik's going to receive the foul. Warrandyte on the sideline. 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Demzik's got the task here of guarding Schuler, so it'll be an interesting matchup here.
Very tough task there for Demzik, who puts his hands in there, nearly steals it out of the cookie jar. Big three there from Dylan Moore. Bryce Brown with the rebound, tough. Gippsland come the opposite way. Washington driving, dishes into Winderlick, who finished. No, can't finish on the layup. Unfortunately, that's going to cost Gippsland tonight, not being able to finish them ones. Warrandyte go the opposite way.
Great defense there
missing.
Brown.
Brown met at the ring. Heavy contact. The referee goes, there's a foul there.
Foul on number 7 there, who I'm not too familiar with. Dylan Baker. Some really good pace here from Gippsland. They've definitely been trying to kick out the ball ahead and try and score in that first 8 seconds, which is paying dividends here with Brown going to the line.
Brown makes the first to open Gippsland's account for tonight. Still trailing by 7 points. Only 2.5 minutes into the game. Makes the second.
I think a little bit of a fresh air there for Gippsland getting on the board.
Definitely is. They've got off that naught and opened their account for the night. As Schuler goes to the rack, throws it up and misses. Brown grabs the rebound and Gippsland are running in transition. Barlow to Washington for 3. Yes, sir! And he lets the crowd know there's 3 points. reduces that gap to 3 points.
It's a bit of Washington's game there as a catch-and-shoot three in rhythm. So, Washington hasn't probably had the greatest start offensively to the season, so he'll be looking to get going.
Baker driving, steps on the baseline, out of bounds. Gippsland ball, and he's not overly happy with the contact he may have received while driving to the basket there. Referee says defense was straight up. As Washington fumbles, he's in trouble here. He's in trouble, turning the ball over. Couldn't get it over the halfway line in the 8 seconds it's required.
Great defensive pressure there from Baker.
Warrandyte to inbound. Demzik and Schuler having a little bit of a chat. Schuler steps back, sides to pass. Dylan Moore goes hard to the rack. Great defense by Gippsland. They're pushing it up the court again. Here's Washington for three. Whack! Again. Another triple there by Washington.
I don't think Warrandyte want Washington to get a bit confident here. So danger signs early.
And Gippsland have brought the contest back to level peggings as Platnick turns, misses. Great hands there by Wenderlich on a block. Oh, here he goes again. Washington for three. Ooh, heat check.
A bit of laughter across all the players there. I don't think they blamed him for taking that one.
He was wide open. He had to take it. He was on fire, but unfortunately couldn't even hit the ring. Warrandyte bring it up the other way. Baker into Platnick. Platnick in a little handoff, gone. Gives it to Schuler this time, who steps back. No. Decides to go to Legan. 8 on the shot clock. Doubled. Benny Barlow sticking his hands in there, trying to steal that ball. Chops across the arm.
For those that have been watching Barlow for many years, that is his vintage switcheroo that he likes to do. He likes to come over from weak side and get a double team there and usually gets a steal. Warrandyte
with a new 14. Legan goes to Schuler, who's going to control it. The ball's been in Schuler's hands quite a lot this first 5 minutes as he drives to the rack and makes another two.
He is up to 8 points, 7 points for the game, getting busy early.
Washington bringing the ball up. Bit of contact there from Baker, who's not happy with the referee calling the foul. The contact was there. He's asking for it down the other end. He's
picked up his second foul here, so I think Brooks is looking to take him out. And I think we've got number 54, Andrew Nola.
Nola played at Bulleen in Division 1 men's last year.
Just about to say, I thought he was a part of that squad there.
So definitely Gippsland would have some knowledge of him. They had some really good contests last year against Bulleen, and even the season before, I believe he was there. So Gippsland looking to go to work. Benny Barlow pulls up just inside the keyway, falls short. And there's Dylan Moore grabbing the rebound for Warrandyte as Schuler pushes the pace.
Just the speed of Schuler.
Dumps it out to Moore, trailing, misses the three. And there's Washington cleaning up the rebounds for Gippsland as they go the opposite way. Wenderlich trying to use the handles, fumbles, pulls it back out to Demzik, who calls for the on-ball screen from Brown. Splits the middle, dishes to Washington in front of the bench for three. Yoo! He's very happy. 3 from 4 so far from behind the arc.
Takes his total up to 9. This is danger signs for Warrandyte. Can't let someone like that get in rhythm of as a pure shooter. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here to adjust.
Here's Legan pulling up. He's a pure shooter too. Hits the back of the iron. Moore grabs the rebound. Throws behind the back pass. No good. Stolen by Benny Barlow. Washington for 3. Here we go again.
Ooh.
Back of the iron. No good this time. And here we go. Legan.
Wenderlich's done well there.
He's done very well. Andrew Nola there for 3. Misses. Bit of a 3-point contest at the moment. Both teams can't find the bottom of the net.
Yeah, both feeling out this quarter. A lot of missed shots, but good quality shots, I'd say.
Washington stepping back, goes to Brown, who shoots the 2, misses. Benny Barlow on the rebounds. Feels like he was fouled, but he's able to make the basket.
And again, vintage Ben Barlow off that step back jump shot, right inside that free throw line there.
Platnick inside, goes to Schuler, little handoff, uses his body well, little fade away, drops the 2. That scoring account's going up for Schuler tonight.
He's up to 9, so we got a Washington and Schuler battle here.
Barlow drives, misses the easy layup as Warrandyte go the other way. Oh, Dempsey got his feet there. No call was made. Schuler goes hard to the rack. No good. Washington chases down the rebound. Here he goes. An easy 2 in fast break. Matty Brooks calling the timeout there for Warrandyte to try and stem the run.
That puts Washington to 11 points, and what a hustle play coming from below the three-point line in defense to go out, tip it again for a volleyball tap, and then just finish in style with composure. What an opening 7 minutes of this game. Both teams really trying to get their feel and everything like that. But looking, the big thing for me right now is Ben Barlow's on 3 rebounds, Bryce is on 4. You've got Dylan Moore and Plantic. There's a lot of boarding happening here. And then obviously, for Warrandyte, the man right now is Schuler, who's been getting to the basket and really getting whatever he wants at this stage.
It's been a cracker first 7 minutes in here at the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium. Pink round tonight as well across the league, supporting, it's about connection and conversation. Great initiative by the league to have a pink round, which has been going for many, many years now. There's a few associations that don the pink uniforms, which is great to see. And as we see, Gippsland have created some nice shirts that they've changed their colour to pink on. So it's a great initiative to be aware of tonight, and it's something that's been spoken about across the league.
Absolutely, for a great cause. Obviously want all of our loved ones to be healthy and always there. So definitely a really important cause.
Warrandyte have made a sub. They've brought in Tobiah Dodell, who I believe is a new import for them. As Schuler goes to the rack, dumps it off to Platnick, who finds the easy 2.
Yeah, on Tobias, he played in Adelaide last probably 6 years. Played with Southern Tigers, Norwood, and I'd like to say West Adelaide as well. So some really good depth experience there for Warrandyte.
Barlow throws the alley-oop to Winderlick, who can't recover it. Goes to Schuler driving downhill. Nice little floating layup. Takes him to 11, I believe. Such
a clean release. Obviously he is the leading scorer in championship this year, and just showing why.
Moore, taken the court for Gippsland as well with the ball in his hand, who Washington goes into Brown for an easy 2. Great play there by Gippsland.
Really good combo there between both imports.
Schuler taking the pressure full court from Moorhu. That's something that Moorhu has brought in the last few games, is full court pressure, as Dodell misses his opening account. Washington down the other way to Moorhu. Winderlick found in the middle of the keyway, shoots, misses. Great block there by Platnick. Has another go, misses. And there's Dodell.
Oh dear.
Schuler. Another 2. They just keep finding him.
Just showing why he's the #1 scorer in championship, as I said before.
Benny Barlow for 3, misses. Winderlick chasing the rebound, no good. Dodell keeps moving. Legan throws it over. Oh, Platnick. Easy 2. I was expecting maybe a timeout to come from Gippsland there, but no, Scott's just walking down to point to another player to go, you're in. As Brown shoots the 2, misses. Benny Barlow chasing the rebound, just couldn't recover it there. Here's Schuler. 13 points for the night. We're not even at quarter time yet, Reese.
Really a lot of up and down basketball at the moment.
13 of their 20 as Legan goes, steps back. Great shot. That's normally Legan's money, but misses this time. Platnick, shot fake, drives, finishes at the rack. 22-17. Warrandyte with the lead. 35 seconds remaining. Brown for 3, misses.
Some very stagnant offense here from Gippsland at the moment.
Schuler goes again. Gets bodied out this time. Platnick, top of the keyway. We haven't seen him out there very often tonight.
No.
Off hands. Legan got 8 on the shot clock. Washington playing up. Legan for 3. Misses. Morhu with 6 on the clock. Driving. Going hard to Schuler. Here's Brown with the fadeaway on the buzzer. Can't get it to drop, and that's the end of the first period here. Gippsland 17, Warrandyte 22. What a first quarter we've had here. It's been pretty up and down. Both teams are shooting reasonably from the field. Yeah, a bit of fast-paced action. It's been good.
It has. It's really showing like the pace of championship basketball. Basically it's rebound outlet and off it goes. Very quick down the floor. A lot of elite decision-making downhill. But the one thing I guess has been really standing out for Warrandyte is their inside play. A lot of it's been coming from inside and then out. Obviously, Schruler's an absolute menace right now. He's got 13 points in the first 10 minutes of this game. And, I think the key for Gippsland to really slow that bleeding is, retaining Schuler to as many minimal points as you can. But with that being said, Ivan Plantik's starting to get going now. I think he's up to 6. And it's like trying to force someone else to do something else rather than Schuler going out and getting his 30 like he does. So it's going to be really an interesting second quarter. Where both teams are yet to still find their feet.
It certainly will be. And we'll quickly just go around the grounds or the courts, I should say, for tonight's action. Obviously, we'll start with the visiting teams. And in Championship Women, the Warrandyte women unfortunately went down to Sherbrooke 89-46. And the Youth League 2 women, though, were able to defeat Darebin 83-65, which was a good sign. And then obviously we've got the Warrandyte Youth League 2 men currently playing. We've got about 6.5 minutes left in the fourth. Unfortunately, they're down 82-58. And for anyone that's a Gippsland supporter supporting at home, we haven't had a win here tonight, unfortunately. Youth League 3 men lost on the buzzer to Surf Coast, which Reese doesn't like me saying. And then obviously the Div 1 women went down to Mildura as well. So hopefully the men can get the win tonight, but it's definitely a hot contest so far. Warrandyte with a 5-point lead as we look to commence the second period with Gippsland in possession. Morhu catches it. Over to Johns, who's entered the game for the first time tonight. To Washington, who's got the hot hand, misses. And there he is, Dow. Schuler going downhill. Dishes into Dow, who has done a fair amount of work there to get that shot off. Followed his rebound up, and the referee's gone Warrandyte ball.
Excited to see this matchup between Brown and Dow. I think both very similar athletes, so it'd be interesting to see that.
And I noticed Burkick has checked into the game for Gippsland. A bit of tall presence. Will be interesting to see how that goes. With a big 3 there from Van Fort missing. And then a nice block from Gippsland. Morhu pushing it up the court, steps around Legan. Van Fort sticks his hands there. And he's going to be called for the foul. Morhu is going to go to the line for a couple of bonus free throws.
Yeah, looking to open his bank account this evening.
Misses the first. It's the first free throw that's been missed tonight from both teams.
It's bound to happen one way or another.
And he made sure it didn't happen again. Makes the second. Brings the full court pressure. Schuler gives it off this time. To Legan now, who's trying to set the offense up. Allison checking into the game as well tonight for Warrandyte.
It's like Gippsland are showing on everything now when Schuler's coming off the screen.
Dodell shoots the three, misses. Brown gives to Moore, who brings it up. Fair bit of pressure there from Schuler, nearly knocks it away. Burkitt calling for it up high. Just a little bit too high there as Gippsland turned the ball over. That full court pressure there from Moore again on Schuler. He's going to be feeling that all night. Good screen set there by Dodell. Schuler, though, drives downhill. Too easy, lays it in.
He's up to 15 tonight, Matt.
15 points in, let's call it 12 minutes of basketball. As Brown lets go of the three. Burkitt can't recover it. Legan over the top. Grabs the defensive rebound and brings it up to set the tone for Warrandyte. However, Burkitt is called for a foul on the show there. As you just said, Gippsland starting to show on a lot.
Which I think you've got to try and do something to deter him from getting inside the paint, because all these points have been from inside. I don't think he's actually attempted a three yet, which he hasn't. So, yeah, Gippsland obviously trying different things to put him off his game.
The referees have just stopped the game here, I believe. Either the game clock or the shot clock was not running. So they're looking to ask for that. Looks like it's the game clock. As we just wait a little longer for the shot clock to drop as well. It was both the game clock and the shot clock not running. 17 to go on the shot clock for Warrandyte in this possession as Schuler catches the ball from the inbound. Pulls up, misses, hits the front of the ring. Dodell grabs the rebound, goes back up and makes the two. That extends Warrandyte's lead out to 8. Burkitt catching it in the middle of the paint. Draws the foul on Allison. Seemed like Allison got a little bit, not scared, but just a bit of panic, let's call it, and drew the foul because he was in a one-on-one with Burkitt. Even just seeing as the dead ball's happening right now is he's just really focused on keeping Burkitt out of the key. We just wait for the score table to adjust that shot clock once again. As Johns is set to inbound for Gippsland. To Brown. Moorhu with the fake, then drives. Nice little floating shot there by Moorhu. And that's Moorhu's game, getting inside the paint, really trying to play make out of that, if not going for that floating game that he's really elite at. Schuler gets the on ball from Dodell, who dribbles it off his foot, unfortunately, out of bounds. Turns the ball over. It's going to be Gippsland ball. And you can see Dodell's definitely putting his hand up, saying, sorry, fellas, my bad on that one. Washington has the on-ball screen. A couple of shows there from Warrandyte. Goes into Brown. Just can't find the bottom of the net. Found the back of the ring, just not the bottom of the net. Schuler goes the opposite way. Yeah, Brown's struggling to find the bottom of the net at the moment, so he's going to try and look to find a way to get that going. Legan for three. Foul called. Washington. Contact on the shooter. Legan going to go to the line for 3 free throws. As Washington tries to argue his point with the referee. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get far once a call's been made. But that is Legan's game. He'll definitely try and get you into his landing space and make you pay for it at the line. As he makes the first of the 3 free throws. So if we look at the scoring averages for Warrandyte so far this season, we've got Schuler obviously shooting that 30 that we touched on earlier. And then we've got Platnick and Legan, both of them shooting over 17 points per game, but not a lot of scoring coming from outside of them 3. So, yeah, if you're Gippsland, you're trying to really try and keep those guys quiet as best you can, or at least one of them, or 2 of them, and, try and find someone else to hurt you. As Legan knocks down another 3 throw. Allison checks out, more checking in for Warrandyte. 6 minutes 55 remaining here in the second. Warrandyte with that 9-point lead as Dodell gets the hands in the cookie jar and steals it. Going fast break. Goes up, dishes out. Legan for 3.
Tries to draw that foul again, doesn't this time, misses everything. Morhu bringing it up for Gippsland. Driving, well, hands. Shula's been called for a hands foul in that shot there. It was quite up high.
It was a great contest there. Just a bit unlucky to get a bit of his arm, I think, in the end.
Morhu to the line as Captain Benny Barlow of BR Electrical checks back into the game. Morhu misses the first.
Yeah, shout out to all of our player sponsors and major sponsors, for their generous support of this game and obviously of our club, GU.
Morhu makes the second, as he did earlier, and then again brings the pressure. Shula not going to have it easy bringing it up the court. I think that's been a big part of Gippsland this season as Shula drives into Burkick, creates enough space to get the shot off, can't get it to roll. As Brown tries to dribble it out, that's not going to work. Turns it over, and that's Van Fort for three. Kapoo!
A bit of worrying signs here for Gippsland.
Extends the lead to 9. Burkick gets it inside. Tall advantage there, makes it quite comfortable.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Van... Oh, here he goes again. Ooh.
Misses with Barlow grabbing the rebound. And then we've got a bit of a foul off ball there. I think some legs got tangled by the looks of things, and unfortunately, Van Fort is going to be called for the foul. Just a tangle of legs, I think.
Yeah, I think as they were coming down the floor. Just got to be a little bit caught up.
Barlow to inbound for Gippsland. Goes to Johns, who's in the post, going to muscle up. Goes hard, makes the two.
I like that, seeing the guard get in the post and go to work. Hopefully we see a little bit more of that.
Well, he's got the advantage here in this matchup, so it'll be interesting to see if Gippsland continue to go down that path as Burkick cops a foul on the screen. I believe that will be his second. Yeah, second foul in not many minutes either here for Burkick, so we'll wait and see what Coach Scott McKenzie does as Shula, oh, look at them skills, tries to cross Morhu over, who does well to stay in front. Dylan Moore with the ball, looks for the handover. Skip pass. Look at that ball movement from Warrandyte to make the easy two inside.
Just those extra passes, getting them into wrong rotation. Really great play from Warrandyte.
Barlow in the corner for three. Bang. Big three-pointer there for Benny Barlow. Pulls that lead back to 6.
That's his spot. He likes that corner spot.
Dow for 2. Nice little pull up there.
Really smooth game Dow's got.
Into Burkick. There's that tall timber in there. Little lob pass over. Burkick cleans it up and puts it on the scoreboard quite comfortably.
We love the big fellas going battling down low. So hopefully, and also for Burkick to really get going too.
That's it. Here they go at each other again. As Dow goes under. Burkick's the one calling from out the back. Dodow's going shot fake and under. 2 different styles, but 2 big men going to work, which is great to see. Brown puts the ball up, misses. Shula passing it down the court. Fast break points there for Van Voort.
Leads out to 10 here. They were kind of bringing it back within 6. Now it's gone out back at 10, so it's fluctuating quite a lot.
Gippsland will be looking for a score through Benny Barlow, the captain. Just wanted to stop that run, and they did.
Benny's night's up to 7 points so far, really he's scored 5 points in a row. Definitely has, and here's Gippsland. That's what I was saying about before. They're putting the pressure up down the court, which has given teams not a lot of time in their front court, which is great, or their back court, sorry, which is great to see. 3 points, miss there by Warrandyte, but Dodow chases it up, throws it off Morhu. Very smart play there. He was falling out of bounds. You could argue that's the veteran play there. Always trying to retain possession without stepping out of bounds. As both teams make some subs, going to the bench to get a little bit of depth into
into the game. Bit of a blower into a few players. Schuler inbounding. Oh, dishes. Should get it back. Does. Wasn't the cleanest. Oh, steps out of bounds, unfortunately, there. To turn the ball over.
Just a very quick first step, isn't it? Schuler possesses. It's very much a nightmare to guard.
Definitely was a quick first step, and it was just lucky there was a sideline there. Otherwise, he was blowing past the Gippsland defender there. Benny Barlow for three outside. Oh. Found a fair bit of the ring, just couldn't find the net, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the rimming around the ring curse.
As Schuler gets a little bit of a break there to bring that one up. Oh, turns the ball over. Bad pass. Brown in the hands in there. Demzik going hard. Going to take it up. He's a little bit out of control. Charge has been called. Great defense there by Dodow, sliding the feet, being outside the restrictive zone.
That was a very intelligent defensive play there. Really, really planted his feet as he seen Demzik come charging down. Great play, and that obviously results of his experience at a higher level. So, really good defensive play there.
It didn't look like Demzik was going to do anything else with it other than go up. Yeah. So, very smart play by the experienced player right there. As saying before, Schuler's getting a little bit of a break, bringing it up. Not a lot of pressure, which he'll be grateful for. Trying to play 40 minutes of bringing the ball up with full court pressure. He's going to be a tough on the body.
It's a demanding ask.
Neop in for the game. Misses the three. Winderlich chases the rebound. A few rebounds for Winderlich tonight. Oh, there's another one. This time, too slow to the mark. And Dodow is called for the block. Johns was able to leap early. And he's going to go to the line for 2 free throws as Gippsland call a timeout here. 2 minutes 26 remaining in the second. We've got an 8-point lead to Warrandyte. Cracker game. Physical game.
Yep, it's no team's kind of skipping away just yet. Warrandyte have had a few chances there to really blow out to a respectful lead, but as you know, in championship basketball, no lead's a good lead because a lot of teams have always found a way to come back, especially with 20 minutes of basketball still yet to be played. Both teams are really starting to settle into what's working for them and really trying to go that as an advantage every time down the floor offensively. But the defensive pressure on both sides of the floor, Gippsland and Warrandyte, no one's getting easy buckets at the moment, apologies. But the one thing that stands out for me is Schuler started the quarter with 13 points. He's only been held to 2 points this quarter. So whatever Gippsland are doing right now is working. And keeping him quiet. But with that being said, Doal's got 8 points and 6 rebounds. He's on double-double watch already, and he's only played about 10 minutes of basketball. So, with that being said, Plantic's just come back into the game as well, so, more presence there on inside. So I think Gippsland are really got to try and figure a way, okay, who do we want to take away from the game? And really put it together to where it's like, okay, we let him go and get what he needs, but we've got to keep all these guys quiet.
As Brown takes a seat for Gippsland by the looks of things, Johns at the line makes the first. So that leaves Schuler and Ligon as the only 2 players on the court to have played every minute of this game tonight.
Tell you what, that's tough. I don't care how good of an athlete you are. That is extremely tough to do.
Johns goes to the line, makes both to reduce the deficit to 6. Just over 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Ligon pulling up for 3. That's his money. There it is.
It's his second 3 for the night only. So I would say you'd be looking to try and catch fire here.
Takes his account to 9 as Winderlich drives into Platnick there, who sticks his hand in, and the referee whistles a foul. And we're in bonus.
I think Plantic knew just a little bit late on that one. As you can tell, he's like kind of smiling about it and, just going, I wish I was a little bit earlier.
That's his second foul. As Winderlich goes to the line, back of the iron, miss on the first.
Winderlick's yet to hit the scoreboard. He's had plenty of opportunities, but hasn't converted yet, so he'll be looking to hit this one here to get going.
Misses the second short. Commentator's curse from you there, Reese, I reckon, as Schuler pushes to Nola for 3. He did that plenty of times for Bulleen, and he's now doing it again here in Championship Men's Basketball for Warrandyte.
Warrandyte up to a 12-point lead here, so Gippsland will be looking to try and reduce this lead the best they can going into halftime.
Washington pulling out for 3. Misses as Schuler pulls in the rebound. Look at that, Platnick out in the run. Oh! Goaltending called. Great effort there by Washington to try and block the play. However, Platnick had already put it against the backboard, which is illegal interference.
That's some impressive athleticism there from Washington.
Massive chase down as Barlow tries to set the tone. Johns for 3. Yes. Yes. Gippsland needed that.
Johns is up to 7 points for the game. Much needed bucket there for GU.
Brings the deficit back to 11. 1 minute 10 remaining. Schuler driving downhill. Too easy. Layup. He's gone to 17 points now.
I think all the baskets Schuler's really got in this game has all been downhill from the halfway line.
A lot of them have, as Demsic pulls up for 3. Hits the ring a couple of times. Rolls out. There's Dodow. In fast break. Goes for the dunk. Bang! Great dunk there. Both Dodow and the Warrandyte fans and bench are loving it here in venue. Takes the lead out to 15 points. It's not what Gippsland are wanting. As Washington holds onto the ball. Now drives. Drives well. Tough finish there by Washington.
Much needed basket there, putting Washington to 13 points for this game.
About a 7-second differential here between the game clock and the shot clock. It'd be interesting to see if Warrandyte want to dribble it out or whether they're going to try and put up a shot a little bit earlier than expected. As Schuler falls over, Nola for 3, step back, front of the ring. Johns grabs the rebound. We've got 10 to go. Ball's in Benny Barlow's hand. Releases to Washington, who settles. 5 to go. Johns for a little shot. This will help Gippsland go into the halftime break. There it is. There's the siren. Warrandyte are going into this halftime break. 52-41. Little 11-point lead. It's going to be a good little lead for Washington for Warrandyte to head into the change rooms.
Yeah, I don't think there's much you can be really upset there from Warrandyte. That was perfect first half in their books, scoring whatever they get. I think they've most of their points have actually come from transition as well. Where GU haven't quite kind of gotten to their transition defense as well enough, and they're just making them pay for it by saying, "Hey, come and guard me," all that second quarter. With that being said, not many guys really getting going for GU just yet. A lot of really slow offensive pace in terms of scoring, like Washington's got 13. Johns is on 9 points going into the half, and then you got Benny Barlow with 7. They probably need a lot more production out of Bryce Brown, who hasn't been able to kind of really find the rim just yet. But also Winderlick and Burkick and all those guys that to be able to come in and impact when they're on the floor. But credit to Warrandyte, they've really nailed them down, taken them out of the game. We look at it now like Dowell, literally 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Triple-double watch. Let's stay tuned. Schuler, 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists for the half. And then you've got scoring from Legan with 9 points. You've got Plantic with 8. What else more can you ask from Matt Brooks at Warrandyte? Your guys are firing on all cylinders.
Definitely Warrandyte will be very happy with their first half, and let's hope they don't leave it in the change rooms at halftime. As we're going to take a break here. We've got some stats coming along on the screen. Check them out, and we'll be back very shortly with the second half from the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium, where we've got Warrandyte 52, Gippsland 41. Welcome back to the broadcast, everybody, here at the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium, where we've got the Big V Championship men's matchup between the Warrandyte Venom and Gippsland United. Now, obviously, Warrandyte have a 11-point lead at the half, and it's been a cracker game, hasn't it, Reece, so far, of basketball?
Like I mentioned before we went away for a break, like Warrandyte right now, Matt Brooks will be very happy with their point production. I can't say if Scott McKenzie at GU is being too impressed with their side at the moment, but it will be interesting to see what they do coming out of this halftime break, refreshed and ready to go for another 20 minutes.
As both teams go into the huddles, we have about a minute left on the clock here for halftime, and we might quickly look around the courts, especially in the championship men's. We've got a couple of games that have finished already. Hume City travelled into RMIT and walked away with a win, continuing their strong start to the season, which was good to see. And McKinnon travelled down to Camberwell and got the win against Camberwell. So I guess a couple of the top teams solidifying wins tonight, which is good to see. And then Pakenham are in action at Wyndham, which looks like a cracker game at the moment, just ticking into the fourth. Pakenham with a 7-point lead, so if you want to change the channel and jump onto that game, by all means do it. It's going to be a cracker, but then you can obviously come back and find us for the last quarter here, because we're going to have a cracker here as well. As both coaches are giving the final messages to the players as we return to the court. What do you think is key for Warrandyte in this second half, Reece?
Inside play. Inside play offensively. The more they get inside, the more it hurts Gippsland. Gippsland just not quite defending it well enough, which is resulting in a lot of opportunities. But yet again, they have been pushing the pace in transition and getting a lot of buckets that way as well. So I think defensively as well for them is to keep doing what they're doing and keep forcing other people to make decisions.
Exactly right. As we start the third here in Gippsland, Schuler, little shimmy, goes hard to the rack, misses. Winderlick with the boards, and Gippsland fast pace to Barlow for the fast break points. Nice little layup. Obviously, Scott's message at halftime was push the pace, let's run them off the legs.
Yep, really good way to start the quarter. Definitely a start that Gippsland needed.
Reducing the margin back to single figures as Warrandyte shoot, miss, chase a rebound. Demzik gets his hands in there. He's going to go to the rack. He's not giving that off. Brown tips it back in for two. Quick start here for Gippsland, bringing it back to a 7-point game. Exactly what Gippsland were wanting to start the third quarter.
Quick 2 buckets there, all stemmed from Demzik's pace. And really good to see Brown there get one early.
Legan pulls up for 2, misses. Here's Gippsland going again, slowing it down slightly, let's call it this time, as Washington looks to pull up. Dishes, gets the handoff. Benny Barlow on the back cut. Into Winderlick, who shot fakes, misses. Platnick, great defense. Forces the ball out of bounds. Gippsland will retain. 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
Winderlick still can't find a way through Plantic there. Hopefully we can see Winderlick get on the board and see some confidence.
Washington inbounds to Barlow, 7. Into Brown, 3 on the clock. He's going to go to work. Can he get it up? Little hook. Referee calls a foul. Foul is called on Baker. Little hands foul. Digging in by the looks of things from there.
You can hear Warrandyte's coach, Matt Brooks, letting his squad know to keep your hands out as they're on that one. It's a little bit unlucky because that was a good defensive possession there from Warrandyte.
As Brown makes the first, I don't think he was overly happy with giving a foul away there, especially late in that shot clock. Brown was always going to force a shot there. He would have been better off just leaving it and letting him make it if he was good enough to do it with that pressure. Otherwise, easy 2 points from the line there, which reduces the margin back to 5.
Some quick buckets here for Gippsland.
Schuler downhill again. This time, Winderlick blocks it. Let's see if the foul's called down low or it's called on Winderlick. It is called down low on Benny Barlow. who receives his second foul.
A bit unfortunate there for Benny. Just stuck his hand in very last minute there, and the referee assessed that as impacting the play.
That's exactly what Schuler wanted, though. He was asking for a foul. Makes the first.
Do you have a correction? Looks like at halftime, Schuler actually was on 15 points going into the half. So he's up to 16.
Misses that rebound, and the referee's going to give the ball to Gippsland. Not overly confident it should have been a Gippsland ball there, but
Baker's definitely not a happy camper at the moment. You definitely really thought that came off Gippsland.
As Brown gives to Washington, who looks to push the pace. Here it is again. They're over the front court within 4 seconds. They're looking to push. They want to play a little bit of fast basketball. Washington goes into Windelick, who drives, draws the foul. Still can't find the bottom of the net, but he'll grow to the free throw line once again. That foul, I believe, was called on Dylan Moore. He's first.
Gippsland are just really trying to stretch out Warrandyte and defense there. They've found a lot of middle entries and high post entries, which seems to be working.
As Windelick makes the first, Gippsland have been able to half the deficit from half-time within the first minute 50 of this third period. So it's great offense and defense by Gippsland, and I guess this is not what Coach Matt Brooks wanted Warrandyte to come out after half-time.
No, definitely not what you want, and kind of makes me wonder how long Dowell will sit on the bench for, because he was a very impactful piece in that first half.
As Legan turns the ball over, Brown grabs it, goes hard to the rack. Legan stands tall, goes over the top of him for two, drops the margin back to two.
Danger signs here. Danger signs here for Gippsland.
Demzik sticks his arm in, goes across the body, called for the foul. That's why we've got you on special comments, Reece.
Demzik's just picked up his third foul, which I believe he's going to get pulled out here, and Moorhu's going to come back in. A bit unfortunate because Demzik's actually really started this quarter really well. But with that being said, Brown is starting to get busy. Windelick's starting to get busy. Gippsland are firing all cylinders here, and Dowell's back in the game.
That's exactly right. As Schuler goes downhill, can't just get it over the ring, gets it up, but it just won't tip over. They fight for the rebound, and Gippsland come out with it as Benny Barlow pushes the pace to Washington, to Moorhu in the corner for three. There it is. Gippsland back in front.
What an absolute swing of basketball here from Gippsland United. They've outscored Warrandyte 11-1.
Legan for three in the corner, goes whack. Thank you. We'll take the lead back.
Legan's just turned around and said, "It's okay, fellas, we're okay."
We've got a game of basketball on our hands here in Gippsland as Washington goes to the corner to Windelick. Inside to Brown, who's looking to go to work, goes with the hook, misses. Windelick chases the rebound, and the referee says Gippsland ball. Again, not overly confident that should be Gippsland ball, but that's what the referees have called. As the referees just ask Warrandyte to take a seat, settle down a little bit.
We love a bit of action here.
Certainly is a bit of action as Barlow inbounds the ball to Brown out the top, who goes to Washington. That's Barlow in the corner, kicks out, no foul called. Schuler pushing.
Great run.
There it is. That's Dylan Baker running the floor. And that's what Warrandyte will be wanting.
Well, that's what Warrandyte did so well in the second quarter.
Jodow takes a big swipe. Brown crosses him over and drives to the rack for two.
Puts Brown up to 12 points for the game and 8 rebounds. Starting to get really busy this quarter.
Schuler taking on Moorhu. There's Platnick inside on Windelick, who's building that brick wall nice and tough. The hook shot doesn't drop. Brown grabs another rebound.
Brown is just everywhere at the moment for Gippsland.
9 rebounds to Brown so far. One more and he takes a double-double. Gippsland are very stagnant here.
Trying to move the ball, but not a lot of movement as Morhu throws up the three, misses everything. That is definitely not the offense that Gippsland want to see.
No, especially after the way they've started the quarter. Definitely want to try and get it through those high post actions or a middle penetration. So not quite ideal for what they've been playing to this quarter.
As Schuler brings the ball up again for Warrandyte, gets the on-ball screen at the top of the key. Dishes out. Platnick drives to the rack, and one calls the referee. Foul there called on Riley Morhu.
Definitely
not a lot of confidence there in that there was a fair bit of contact, but the referee's blown it. We've got to accept it.
Yes, we've got to move on as it is. Next play, as they say. But Plantic going to the line and makes it. Puts him up to 13 points for the game.
Extends Warrandyte's lead back out to 5. They've done a good job to stop the run there and then get a little run back themselves. As Morhu at the top of the keyway.
We love a game of runs.
Washington, step back. Let's fly. No good. Schuler, the rebound.
Gippsland have really slowed down here in terms of their pace. They'll be looking to reignite it here with Barlow.
Baker throws the ball to Barlow, turns it over. Barlow goes himself. Shot blocked there by Legan. Out to Brown for 3. Needs it to get going. No good. Platnick grabs the boards. Warrandyte bring it up the court. The pace of play has certainly changed. United have gone back slow. Warrandyte are pushing the ball as they turn it over there. Barlow goes to the rack. Little dish off to Brown for 2.
Yeah, that's a bit better there from Gippsland. A bit unfortunate there with Warrandyte. They've been playing some really good basketball this last couple of minutes.
Schuler got it. Dodell, here we go. Going to do something. Pulls up. Whack. Nice little 2 points from the free throw line there.
Just so smooth going into that mid-range game.
Here we go. Winderlich going at Platnick. Dish out. Morhu looks for 3. Decides against it. Goes to Brown, who has Dodell on a bit of ice skates. Pulls up, misses. And here's Schuler going hard to Dodell, who misses the layup, but Schuler's there to finish it off and clean up the mess on that fast break. As Gippsland bring it up quite quickly, but now look to settle it down and try and get through a set.
We've got Schuler on triple-double watch at the moment. He's having a good game.
As Brown goes, has it stripped, but they recover it, Gippsland. Washington with a shot fake. We have a foul called on Warrandyte, who would not be happy with that, with a bailout with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Foul there called on James Legan. He's first.
Legan just having a bit of a rest there after that one. Again, I don't think he's actually come off at all this game. No, he hasn't. So, definitely he'll no doubt be feeling it on the body at the moment. As we have a little bit of an intermission here, cleaning up his sweat pile.
We definitely thought coming into it that Legan and Schuler were likely to play the full 40. It's happened a couple of times this season so far, but it's probably going to need to happen again tonight for Warrandyte to walk out of the building with the win.
Absolutely. Like Legan's playing on average 35 minutes and Schuler's averaging 34.
Playing majority minutes as Washington pulls up from the free throw line. Goes around the rim, in and out. And then Burkick tries to throw it up, misses. And he did well there not to draw a foul, that's for sure. As Dodell drives into Winderlich, who's straight up. No foul called. Platnick grabs the boards and throws it up. Nice little hook.
Puts up a circus shot. Like that from Plantic. He was happy about that one too.
Takes that lead back out to 9 points. Gippsland just can't get inside that mark again anymore as Johns lets fly for 3, misses. Burkick chases the rebound, falls in Morhu's hands for 2. Nice little floater there from Morhu.
Just Gippsland just seemed to keep coming back, but letting Warrandyte go back out again. But that's the effect of a lot of their play style at the moment.
Legan pulls up for 3 and goes, yoo-hoo! That's my 3, baby.
Puts Legan up to 15 for the game.
He was definitely letting Gippsland know as Morhu drives to the rack and draws a foul.
On that Legan made 3, that puts Schuler to 10 assists for the game.
That foul there is called on Schuler, who, as we just said, double-double, 20 points, 10 assists. With still 12 and a half minutes of basketball to play.
And he's hanging around about 7 rebounds too. So, yeah, definitely very much on triple-double watch.
Morhu steps to the line and misses the first. I think he's missed the first free throw all night tonight, Morhu.
Unfortunately, on most of his free throws, he's not liking the first shots from the looks of it.
Makes the second, though, which is pretty consistent with what he's done. And he brings the pressure again on Schuler.
It looks like Gippsland's still hanging around that 9-point mark. Can't really shake it at the moment. But this is credit to the way Warrandyte are playing offensively too.
Legan's hands looking a little bit hot here. He's keeping the ball in his hand himself. He does well. No. The referee says out of bounds. You stood out of bounds. It's going to be Gippsland ball.
Washington just letting him know there too, saying, yep, I got you. We love a bit of friendly banter between our players here.
As Warrandyte look to bring some full court pressure. Be interesting to see how Gippsland go here. They've brought it over pretty comfortably. It looks like Warrandyte have fallen back into some type of zone to Jones for 3. Misses. Saves the ball. Johns again for 3. Lets it go this time. Woohoo! And the crowd are happy here in the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium.
Johns has come off the bench and he's got 12 points so far in this matchup.
Schuler, nice little spin, goes in for 2. Down on baseline as Gippsland look to run while they've got Washington driving, dishes into Burkick's toes. Burkick can't find it. Warrandyte come away with it, and then Washington sticks his hand in and is drawn for the foul.
It's a bit unfortunate there. Really great play making there from Washington, and just unfortunately threw it a little bit too low for Burkick. We all know our big fellas like it a little bit higher at chest height, so maybe a little adjustment there next time around.
As this time Gippsland bring the full court pressure. Schuler goes straight past Morhu. No help defence. All the way for 2. That was too easy. Gippsland need to have that split line help defence to support Morhu.
Schuler's just scored the last 4 points. He's been a little bit quiet on the point front since half time, but he's certainly getting to his way.
Washington splits the gap for 2.
Puts him to 15 points for the game.
Schuler going downhill out to Legan in front of the bench for 3, and he is letting Washington know.
Yep, and looks like Legan's up to 18 points for the game.
Morhu gets 2 feet in the paint. Winderlich uses his body, going up strong, finds the bottom of the net.
There it is.
About time.
He's found it.
As Warrandyte run that cross-screen sort of play. Schuler going downhill, makes another 2.
Unfortunately, Schuler's noticed that Morhu's trying to play the running game with him, and he's taking advantage of it while he can.
We've got 6 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Washington driving, draws the foul. Go to the line for 2. Foul there called on Andrew Nola. He'll pick up his first. As Gippsland look to make a sub into the game, Winderlich's going to go have a seat, and Morhu's going to have an extended rest as well. As Mitch Evans checks into the game, I reckon that's the first time he's checked in tonight.
Yeah, with 2 seconds to go in the third quarter. I think they're just trying to save a few fouls here on their guards.
Washington makes the first. Game on our hand here. Gippsland hit the lead sometime during the third quarter, and Warrandyte have been able to extend that, or grab that back and extend it to 10 points currently. Dodell hurls it up. That's not going to go anywhere near the backboard. Definitely a touchdown there to Legan, who's claiming it as well. As we head into three-quarter time, Gippsland 69, Warrandyte 79. So as much as Gippsland were able to hit the lead, they let it drop in the second 5 minutes of that quarter.
Yeah, it's not ideal being 10 points down into a final quarter because you're very much on catch-up duties. But, you know, you're looking at the stats like Warrandyte are shooting 52% from field and they're shooting 41% from three. And the funny stat here is they've only shot 7 free throws. You know, so they've been just playing through with no calls. So, you know, with that being said, they've out-rebounding Gippsland by 4 with 35 to 31. You know, 19 assists to 16. You know, only the really interesting stat, and it's been actually the flow of the game, very minimal turnovers from both teams. Gippsland only got 8, Warrandyte's got 9. But looking individually, you've got Schuler, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 11 assists. You know, haven't put himself together a really good, perfect game. Dowell, you know, 12 and 8 and 3 off the bench. 12 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Legan's 18 points, you know, and he's hit 5 of 7 from 3, which is a pretty efficient shooting night. And then, you know, you've also got Ivan Plantic with 15 points and 7 rebounds. But with that, that quarter showed signs of Gippsland with guys starting to really tick over and get it going. You've got Brown with 14 points and 9 rebounds. You've got Elijah Washington with 16 points. You've got Michael Johns with 12. Riley Moore, who's up to 10 points. You know, and he's going 1 for 2 on his free throws at the moment. You know, and Ben Barlow's at 9 points. He had 7 points to start the half, so I'd like to see GU really try and get Barlow going because when he does get going, he doesn't usually stop. So really big quarter for GU if they want to get back in front here. But Warrandyte will be looking to try and stamp this one away.
And you do talk about Benny Barlow there. He normally produces in the fourth quarter and helps carry a Gippsland United team across the line. So it doesn't look like he's taken the court to start this fourth period. But Gippsland will start with the ball, and it's a good opportunity to reduce that margin back to 7 or 8 if they can get a good look here. As we go into the fourth quarter, 10 minutes of basketball remaining here in Gippsland for our pink round Big V Championship men's game. As Gippsland turn it over, it is definitely not the way they wanted to look to start this quarter.
No, especially off a post-entry like that as well. So not quite the way you want to start things, especially after the way they started the third quarter.
Warrandyte will take it though. They're down the other end. Schuler with it, top of the keyway, looking to drive. Drives into Evans. Draws the contact, ball rolls around the rim and misses. But he'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, looking to open up his bank account to 25 and 26 for the night. Tell you what, though, I'd like to see Gippsland bring Demzik back in. I believe he is in foul trouble with 3. But he did an absolute amazing job on Schuler when he was on the floor.
As Schuler makes the first, extends that lead to 11. Definitely, I think it is Gippsland have got to roll the dice and bring Demzik back on. If he gets a 4th foul early, well, you know, you can always put him on the bench and bring him back in later. But the damage is likely to be done early in this fourth quarter. Definitely what Warrandyte will be looking to do, putting it to bed early. As Johns lets go from 3, hits the front of the iron, chases his own rebound. Brown inside, looking to body up against Platnik. Falls away. Front of the ring again. As Schuler goes downhill into Platnik, who drives hard. Draws the contact against Brown. And he's going to walk to the line for a couple of free throws. Definitely the way Warrandyte wanted to start, not the way Gippsland wanted to.
Yep, and so usually the tale of the battle. But Warrandyte getting into what's been working for him all night.
Platnik to the line, misses the first. 8 of 10 free throws tonight Warrandyte have shot. Like you said, not a lot of free throws. Misses the second. But Warrandyte grabbed the rebound, fumbled there by Dylan Baker, which gives the ball back to Gippsland. Washington looking to go to work. Just gives it to Burkick, but a little bit low. Allows the Warrandyte defenders to grab it out of his hands as Schuler goes to the rack, draws the contact, makes the basket, go to the line for one free throw.
Yeah, it's some worrying signs here for Gippsland. What's the margin? 14 points now. Ideally not what you really want to try and have.
Schuler takes his account to 28, 11 assists, and 8 rebounds. Makes the bonus. Extends that lead to 15 points. Fair deficit. The Gippsland have got to come back here. They're going to try their best, though, with Johns, top of the keyway. Evans coming off that away screen, using his dribbles to go to the rack, and then fades, looks to pass, gets the ball back. Brown with 4 on the shot clock, steps back for 3, looks good from here, and it is. That's a big start.
It's a much-needed bucket for GU2, and under pressure, Brown converted.
As the crowd look to try and get in it here, Schuler pulls up for 3, no good. Johns with a rebound, goes to Brown. Washington straight through the middle, no, pulls out. Brown drives, can't get the ball to drop. Will go to the line for 2 free throws.
It's a much better play there from Gippsland. Getting downhill, running transition, rebound out. That's their game. And they are just a little bit inconsistent with trying to get into that. This game.
The foul there called on James Legan. That was his second. Brown to the line. Shoot 2 free throws. Makes the first. Very important free throws at the moment. Gippsland have only shot at about 68% from the free throw line. 13 from 19 so far. Made the second. Brings that margin back to 10 points.
Warrandyte have scored 44 points inside the paint tonight, which is nearly half their points.
As Legan lets fly for 3, misses. They would have shot close to 30 points from behind the arc as well. Not a lot in between as Brown is double teamed. Dishes it out to Johns for 3. Can't get it to drop. Dodale grabs the rebound. Great little rebound there as Warrandyte look to push. Brown meets him at the ring. Good enough defense to make that one miss. Gippsland bring it down the other way.
Puts Brown to 10 rebounds, his average.
Johns. Washington at the top looking for an on-ball screen. Says no, I don't need it. Drives. Look at that for a little hook shot. Layup.
This is the type of basketball Gippsland have been trying to want to play. So if they're going to try and be in front of this ball game, they're going to really try and be consistent.
It's a very similar scenario to a game last year between these two teams. That one might have gone into overtime.
It certainly did. Funny enough, Ben Barlow was the guy that got it done. He actually shot 17 points in the final quarter.
Schuler turns it over. Johns looks to pull up, decides against it. Smart decision. Into Brown.
Brown's liking that matchup, but gives it off.
Oh, Winderlich, can he find the ring? Yes, he finds the bottom of the net. And Warrandyte want to try and break this run up.
Smart time out there by Matt Brooks at Warrandyte, trying to stop this momentum.
Certainly is. We've got 6 minutes 37 remaining. The score's a 6-point difference. Warrandyte 84, Gippsland 78. The crowd's starting to get into it. Like I said, similar scenario to what we witnessed last season in the regular season. Gippsland come from behind for a massive win. And it did help with the crowd getting behind them that game.
Yeah, it always does. We love our crowds around the league when it's a great atmosphere, loud, people screaming, heckling, everything else in between. It just creates such a vibrant environment. So if Gippsland want to try and get it over here, they're going to really need the crowd's engagement here.
They certainly are. And look, been looking at the Warrandyte huddle during the timeout, and Matt Brooks looks a little bit frustrated. He looks like he's trying to tell his men that we've got to be better. It's not that Gippsland have played sensational or heaps better basketball in this period. Warrandyte have played very poor, which is on them. So they can turn this around and get a basket here, and it's just going to settle the nerves and settle the game a little bit.
Warrandyte have kind of gone away from what's been working for them the whole game. So I would say Brooks has been in there going, hey, we need to play our basketball and don't allow this momentum run get the better of us.
Gippsland staying in a man-to-man defense, I should say here, as Schuler gets the ball back. He's trying to get in that on-ball handoff
like
sort of scenario.
Put Washington to Schuler, which is interesting.
Legan, let's go. Misses. Definitely not what Warrandyte wanted. They needed a score there as Gippsland come the other way. Brown pulls up for three. Was that a shot? Was that a pass? Benny Barlow for two. There we are.
Looks like from Brown's reaction, definitely a pass. So, but it doesn't matter how it goes up as long as it finds a way.
Demzik's found himself back on the court and nearly got the tip there that Gippsland were looking for as Dodell knocks down the three and goes, let's get this back under control.
Yep, Dodell coming in the clutch there, really trying to settle things down.
Barlow back into the game for Gippsland. As we said, normally has a pretty good fourth quarter, carrying the team on his shoulders. Shot fake. Turns the ball over. Unlike Benny Barlow, but good hands there by Dodell to stick him in and come away with the steal. Tough matchup there. Legan for three in front of the players' bench. Misses. And it's Warrandyte ball. Great work there by Dylan Baker, chasing down that rebound.
Start to see from both teams a bit of emotion starting to come into play here, coming in the final 5 minutes of the game.
100%, and not a lot of offensive rebounds this game. Both teams have got that 9 or 8 offensive rebounds, so it's just shown that offensive rebounds haven't been easy to come by, but when you get them, you've got to make use of them. As Dodell goes to the rack, gets above everyone. Nice little layup for two. Extends that lead to an important 9 points.
It's that 9 points it's been throughout the whole game. But a really important possession there.
Winderlich dishes to Barlow on the hook, and he is fouled. Looks like that foul's going to be called on Legan, and it is not called on Legan. He thought it was going to be him. I think that was called on Platnick.
Vintage back cut, Ben Barlow. It was a set play that just happened naturally.
Just eventuates with Benny Barlow on the court. Makes that free throw.
Puts him up to only 12 for the game. We obviously know that he could do a lot more. So maybe it's the start of that comeback as we've spoken about.
As Legan, top of the keyway, goes to the wing to Schuler, looking to go inside. We haven't seen a whole lot of this in the second half, as Platnick's called for a travel.
Really start to feel the momentum here for Gippsland. And Warrandyte trying to slow it down and play it through a set to try and slow it down. Now they're playing 94 feet as well, so they notice that they've got to try and slow them down.
Legan's not going to play that, though. He's going to wait for Barlow to come to the half-court line.
No doubt he's been too tired to even get up there. He would have said, sorry, coach, not today.
Both Schuler and Legan still only ones on the court. Well, as we get some contact at the ring, Washington looking to go for the throwdown. Dodell meets him there. Called for the foul.
Washington just tried to go up on Dodell. And Dodell, I thought, to be fair, got pretty much a lot of ball there. But obviously came a little bit too late being assessed for that foul.
Washington doesn't want to walk to the free throw line. He wants to take a few extra seconds to get his breath back from that hard hit.
I think it's unspoken delay of time, maybe.
Steps into the first free throw and leaves it short.
As they say, free throws help close out games, and missing these ones in the last 4 minutes of this game is not ideal.
made the second. 5-point game. Warrandyte 89, Gippsland 84. 4 minutes, 13 remaining. We're in for a cracker here, guys. Make sure we stay tuned as Schuler looks to drive, dishes out to Dodau for 3. Misses this time. However, Warrandyte are able to come up with the offensive rebound. Gippsland swiping in there. Legan sidesteps for 3. Whack. Yo, he's letting them know about it.
It's his 6-3 for the game, putting himself up to 21 points. What a shooting display from Legan.
We've seen it across the championship men's competition for a few years now, and this season we get to see it at Warrandyte as Demsick lets go for 3, and Schuler makes the contact. Demsick walks to the line, getting to shoot 3 free throws. As Warrandyte have a bit of a chat to the referee about the call.
All 5 of them too. Schuler's just trying to have a decent conversation. I think all the guys want to have a quick hello at the same time.
As Demsick makes the first, not sure how much contact there was. There was definitely contact. Whether that's what they're saying is that, the contact or the result of the contact probably. I think the action wasn't there, but
it's kind of like Legan in the first half as well. So, can't say that the referee's not trying to stay consistent.
100% as Demsick makes another one. Here's his third. Leaves it long off the back of the iron. 6 points. 3 minutes 30 remaining.
Brooks is very animated on the sidelines there.
As Schuler drives to the rack, Winderlich meets him there. He's able to grab the rebound though. Dodau has a good look from 3. Back of the iron. No good. Washington bringing it up for Gippsland. Goes to Demsick. Watch out for Barlow on this play. It'll somehow likely end up in his hand. No. Brown for 3. And he's happy. He's very happy. And so are the crowd inside Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium.
It's like one of those Fortnite emotes, just that celebration there from Brown. But 3-point ball game, 2 minutes 57 to go. Going through what's happening right now, Brown's up to 22 points and 10 rebounds, 3 assists and 3 steals. He's having a nice little game there. Washington on 19. You got Barlow on 14, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals. I would like to see Barlow try and get into that mid-20s. Coming into the end of this game, I think we can kind of sense a bit of a Barlow show coming up. But on Warrandyte's side, Dowell's been really impressive for this Warrandyte squad. 17 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Schuler, 29 points, 9 rebounds, 12 assists. Legan obviously putting on a shooting performance that's so efficient, 21 points. And then Plantick's still hanging around on that 15 points. But he's got 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and really playing a vital role inside for them. But what a last 3 minutes of basketball that we've got coming up.
It's going to be an exciting 3 minutes of basketball. Blackburn used their second timeout of the second half, so they've only got 1 remaining. Gippsland still got 3 in check. And I think if you look at the players out on the court for each team, it's very likely that these 10 players are going to be on the court come the end of the game. I don't see much subs happening now, unless there's a little bit of foul trouble or fatigue kicks in.
Yeah, I think this will be the groups that they will rock with.
As Dodau gets it on the elbow, misses. Benny Barlow fumbles. He won't be happy with himself there. Gave it back to Warrandyte.
I think Warrandyte would be happy with that.
Washington and Schuler go to work. Schuler shoots. Blocked by Brown. Warrandyte will hold possession. 4 seconds on the shot clock. 2 minutes 28 remaining here in this game. Exciting basketball. Schuler steps out of bounds, turning the ball over. Definitely what Gippsland wanted to see.
See, if you're Warrandyte, you want to try and really, really, really get up and up and up and up and up. But, I would have thought maybe Scott McKenzie would have tried to burn a timeout there with having 3. If not, he's going to lose it. We'll see what they can come out here with, but he's also rocking with his squad to get it done.
Winderlich turns the ball over there. Dylan Baker goes for the dunk, misses. Awkward fall. Great contest there by Washington, who comes down the other way. Platnick pushes him out. Brown from behind the three. That's going to hurt. Doesn't drop. Dodow gives it off to Schuler.
Looks like Baker's okay after that fall there.
Schuler's going to be responsible here for controlling the ball as he goes downhill. Dishes out. Platnick catches in the post, going to work. Demzik does well to strip the ball, not be called for the foul.
And that's going to put GU to the line too. 5 team fouls there on Warrandyte. Matt Brooks is certainly not happy with what's happened there, so that's going to send Brown to the line for 2. And you can see Doel out there at the moment just really rolling his troops in, going, hey, we're okay. We're just going to keep going through the motions.
Very interesting there. Platnick was called for the foul, so that's his third, which could come down to the wire. Could be of concern, but at the moment it's not, as we've got Brown going to the line for 2. 3-point game.
He's 6 for 6 for the night. Let's see if he goes 8 for 8.
Makes the first.
I don't know if you just noticed then, it was dead silent when that ball went up in the air.
It certainly is quite quiet during these free throws. Makes both. 1-point game. 1 minute 43 remaining. Warrandyte with the ball, with the lead. Let's see if this crowd get into it. Platnick on the elbow. Not the matchup Gippsland want. Winderlich on Schuler. Platnick working hard in the post. Able to draw the foul on Washington. That's going to be his third personal as well.
And I think that's what Warrandyte are going to try and do, is get a bit of a mismatch switch. Really try and make it inside and make it more of an inside game than an outside game. But with that being said, I would be keeping a very close eye on Legan.
Definitely, if they can get a switch on Platnick, it's definitely going to be an option for them. As Schuler driving, looks to dish into the corner. Baker to Dodow for 3. Back of the iron, misses. Brown with the rebound. Coach Scott McKenzie says, slow that down a bit.
Oh, no.
Washington pushes it. Here he is, Benny Barlow. Can't get it to drop on that play. Schuler running hard. Demzik. Great foul. Really smart foul there by Demzik, as much as it's going to be his 4th foul.
Yeah, I think you're at you're in two minds there. Do you not be up and try and play on the ball, or do you just try and give away the easy one whilst forcing him to the line? And he's also played 30. He's played 39 minutes, and he's still able to go and go and go.
Makes the first, and the noise is a little bit different on the free throws down this end. One end you can hear a pin drop, and down the other you'll probably see on the camera it's shaking. Misses the second, leaves it short. Great tip out there by Brown. Oh, Demzik throws it in to Dodow, but turns the ball over. As the referees stop the game here, it looks like they're going to be asking for a shot clock correction. We shall wait and see.
It's a very unfortunate play there. With that first made free throw for Schuler, puts him to 30 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists. He's got his triple-double.
Schuler's definitely had a great game, and I'm sure the Warrandyte crew would be wanting to have a victory for him during this game.
As they say, performances like these don't matter unless there's a win next to it.
51 seconds. 21 on the shot clock. Warrandyte with the ball, 2-point lead. Schuler up top to Legan for 3. Tries to draw the foul. No good. Out of bounds. Gippsland ball. As Scott McKenzie and the Gippsland United team want to talk it over with a timeout.
Unfortunately, I think Legan tried to bait that one in and really try to play for the contact rather than try and get that shot off. A bit disappointing because he's actually shot the ball really well tonight, so very, very out of character in a way.
And it probably wasn't a shot that Warrandyte needed at the time either. Like, different maybe if there was 3 seconds to go on the shot clock, you know, Matt Brooks might be somewhat happy with it. But definitely with, you know, still double digits on that shot clock, they wouldn't have been overly happy to see the end result, I guess, either in that play.
Absolutely, especially of the way they've been able to kind of get their baskets inside. I would have loved to have seen them get a paint touch and get it done. So it will be an interesting few possessions here, with Gippsland obviously trying to either tie it up or hit the front, and Warrandyte trying to get a stop to force it a little bit more.
So we go back to Warrandyte's season so far. A loss to RMIT in round 1 by 3 points. A loss to Sunbury last week by 4 points. A loss to McKinnon in round 4 by 7 points. They've been in games and haven't been able to get a win. Gippsland, on the other hand, lost in round 2 Hume City at Hume City. Cracker game. That was a 3-point game. And then the next closest, they had a win against Wyndham by 6 points. So both teams are somewhat used to playing in these tight pressure games, but it'll be interesting to see who can get out on top as Gippsland have the ball, 38 seconds to go, into Winderlick, who's been blown for a foul. I believe that's Platnick on the ground. Blown for a blocking foul. That's going to be his 4th. As I mentioned before, that hands foul at mid-court could unravel.
Yeah, we've got Winderlick going to the line. He's 2 for 4 tonight. And he's been trying to find his way into the games as well. So really 2 important free throws for him to knock down here. But a bit unlucky there from Plantic. He's just a little bit too late and inside that no charge circle and you know, being pinned for that one there. But it was a very much a veteran play move for him to be there.
As Winderlick steps to the line for the first free throw. Makes the first. Pulls the margin back to 1 point. 35 seconds remaining on the clock. Short on the second. Washington with the rebound. Drives. Makes the layup for 2. And Matty Brooks is calling for timeout. Gippsland have hit the lead. 30 seconds remaining. Timeout called by Blackburn, 94-93. Wow. What a rebound and then made basket there by Gippsland. We did speak earlier that the offensive rebounds have been hard to come by, and Gippsland have come up with one in the dying moments when it mattered.
That's the one offensive rebound out of their 10 that they've had for the game. And I tell you what, that would have deflated Warrandyte in a lot of ways, considering it bounced literally right in front of prime position, and Washington just found a way to snatch that out of there and put up a shot to roll it in. That puts him to 21 points for the game. Warrandyte now got to really try and figure out where their poison is. Is it getting at the ball to Schuler and let him go to work and get on the rim, which he's done very well all game? You know, do they let Legan get that 3 dagger? Do they give it to Dewell, you know, and let him go to work inside and not mid-range shot? I don't think he's missed one all game. Or do they give it to the veteran Plantic and let him put it away? You know, so I'll be very, very interested to see what Warrandyte come up with here.
Plenty of options definitely for Warrandyte, and Gippsland roll out there. Looks like they're starting 5 pretty much for the final 30 seconds as Warrandyte look to advance the ball.
And no changes, either team. So we called it, as we said, halfway through. You know, these are the 10 that were going to be on the floor. Here it is. Now it's about time of who can put it away.
And the concern is Warrandyte have to score to win the game in this hostile environment. So Gippsland just need to stop They're the ones in the lead at the moment. As Schuler goes downhill, no good. Benny Barlow on James Legan, splits the middle. Out to Dodell, who pulls up at the free throw line, misses, back of the iron.
Oh no.
Oh no. Our referees have blown the whistle.
Oh no.
It looks like there may have been a whistle error from the referees. And they're going to give the ball to Gippsland. Interesting call there.
If I'm Scott here, I'm not burning this timeout.
I don't think you would either.
I don't think you burn it.
You want your 74
because they're just going to foul straight away. If that's what Warrandyte's looking to do.
There it is, into Brown, who holds the ball. Gippsland have to get it over, though, which they do. Demzik's got it. And Platnick fouls.
See, I don't know why Warrandyte waited all that time to get it done. And that's Ivan's night done with 5 fouls. But I would have thought that they would have tried to foul straight on the inbound to save that time, because they've just wasted 8 seconds trying to, play up in the front court. So, I don't know what was going on in Warrandyte's mind there.
Especially with no timeouts remaining, so, you need all the time you can get. As Demzik goes to the line and makes the first. 2-point lead, 4.9 remaining.
If I'm Demzik here, I'm making it, because Warrandyte have got no timeouts. So I would be trying to force them on an inbound.
100%. Gippsland have got the timeout that they need if required. So Demzik goes whack. And now you just need full court pressure. Someone get on Dodell. Schuler, you can't give him that much space. He's going to pull up. Winderlich, great defense. Barlow grabs the rebound. And that's the game here in the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium. Gippsland come out with the win, continuing to defend their home court, 96-93. It looked like Warrandyte were going to come in here and walk away with a W for majority of the game, and somehow Gippsland have found the form at the right time.
Gippsland just pulled a Houdini. They were down 9 points in the fourth quarter, and they've just won this by 3. What a game from both sides. Commemorations to Warrandyte. They've just absolutely came out the play and just couldn't put it away in that last couple of minutes.
100%. When you've got Schuler and Legan leading the way for Warrandyte, both playing 40 minutes, both shooting over 20 points. Like Schuler walks out 30 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists, probably player of the game in a losing team.
Absolutely. And doing it in 40 minutes. Impacting on that level in 40 minutes is such a hard thing to do. But, again, Brown, really important down the stretch for Gippsland. You had Washington, important. Barlow, important. Demzik, I thought, was the X factor that quarter. He came in and changed the whole dynamic of that defense.
He sure did, and obviously we turn our attention to the winning team in Gippsland United. Obviously, Bryce Brown probably led the way for Gippsland with 24 points and 11 rebounds. He was pretty standout across the court, as much as, if I recall rightly, he started off quite slow.
He certainly did. He was 1 for 7 at one point, and really put it together in that next 3 quarters. So, that's the purpose of next play mentality, and get after it. So really, really gutsy performance win there.
With Gippsland, that'll take them to a 500 record with a 3-3 opportunity to climb the ladder, and unfortunately Warrandyte seems to just fizzle down a little bit further. Well, they can't go any further. Wyndham are on the bottom with no wins in 11th spot, so Warrandyte will now have a 2-6 record. Played a lot of games, and that's probably the concerning thing for Warrandyte is 8 games versus most of the other teams are playing 6. It's going to be hard to get them wins back on the board now when you're already a couple of games behind.
Absolutely. And unfortunately for Warrandyte, it seems to be a single-digit curse that's been getting them. So, but I think their season's not over yet, and I think there's a lot more to play for. So hopefully they can string some wins together in the back end of the season.
And we've got to credit Dodell's first game with the club, to come in, to be able to shoot 17 points, 47% from the field, grab 9 rebounds, so close to that double-double. Like, that's definitely going to help the team grow. It's as long as the culture and the, this loss doesn't impact that. That's probably the biggest concern.
I was looking at their list all tonight, and they've only got one returning player at Warrandyte from their Division 1 runners-up team. So, it's a tough task, really putting so many different pieces together to be able to mesh. And I think someone like Dodal is going to really be successful in that regard. He played 30 minutes and off the bench and just impacted to another level. So hopefully it's definitely one of those things where a couple of games down the track, when he's really got his feet set in, could be a different story for Warrandyte going forward.
Certainly will be. And for those listening at home, Warrandyte next week take on Pakenham, which is going to be another cracking game. 8 o'clock Saturday night at Warrandyte Sports Complex. Make sure, if you're a Venom fan, that you're getting there to the game to support them on that one. And if you're sitting at home or you're away watching Gippsland United, they've got a long road trip next week. They're travelling to Ballerine to take on the Storm. 7:30 Saturday night. For all your hoops action next weekend, there's a couple of Big V games tomorrow. Make sure you're visiting the Basketball Victoria YouTube channel, catching all the Big V Championship men and women's action this season. That's goodbye from us. Thanks, Reese, for being here tonight. And we leave here, Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium, with Gippsland defeating Warrandyte 96-93. Stay safe, everyone, and we hope you tune in to the next game.